your opinion on the world high-end audio market in general today?
What's very interesting about the high-end audio market is that traditionally it's been catering to audiophiles, music lovers from a very young age that grow their system and make their turntables and digital music evolve to a very high standard. And what I'm noticing is that this is now transferring over to people because of COVID that are spending more time at home. They're also discovering they're not audiophiles, so it doesn't have to be super perfect, but they do want to have a very impressive sound. A very good example is the head coach of Bayern Munich was at my house a couple of years ago when he was the coach of Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, and he knew about high-end but hadn't really experienced it. And thanks to my system, he discovered a completely new world. And he started with a simple system such as the 126 stand mount speaker we have here. He then went to the 120, and today he's listening to the 101E. So he ended up doing the same thing as an audiophile. That means started smaller and grew. That's another thing with high-end audio. It is attracting a wealthier customer base. People who already have a very beautiful home, might have, say, beautiful cars, are used to staying in luxurious hotels. They're also now starting to discover, again, probably because of COVID, that at home having this incredible experience of a concert hall or jazz club in your living room is something that they really, really are interested in. So I think the high-end audio market in general, worldwide, is definitely growing, and we are seeing that in our own growth.
What improvements has MBL made to its famous radio structure on the directional speaker design in recent years? And what are the future plans for the radio structure design?
Very good. Well, I actually happen to bring one with me here today. So here is the mid-range tweeter. And just to give you a quick history, the reason this was invented was that the three founders were friends, Mr. MBL, Maletsky, Binek, and Lehrer. They wanted to listen to music together, so they needed a wider listening area known as the sweet spot. And one day they got the idea, instead of having the magnet and the voice coil and a cone facing the listener, let's put it vertically and have blades. At the time it was aluminium, and this is the 8th generation already. It evolved to a very high quality carbon fiber, woven for the mid-range, unilinear, so even more rigid, only 130 microns thick, 5 millimeters thick for the tweeter. So this was a very revolutionary design to begin with. And we think we've got it to a perfect state. The one way that I would share with you that is an improvement is because our company has grown these last few years, we're actually able to make more of these handmade mid-range and tweeters, and that allows us to more perfectly match two pieces, because of course no two mid-ranges nor two tweeters are identical since they're made by hand. But now the more perfectly matched they are, the better sound you will have.
On models like the 101E or 101 Extreme,
yes,
why isn't the woofer made of woven carbon fiber like the mid-range or tweeter? What benefit does the Furbur aluminum combination bring?
Yes, well, that's a very good question, technical question. Obviously, for the woofer frequencies, which is about 100 to 500 hertz on both the 101E and on the Extreme, you do need some rigidity because we're talking a lot of power going into low frequencies, and a carbon fiber material wouldn't really be able to sustain the high SPL, the high volume levels you can reach with our speakers. The second reason is in the subwoofer enclosure that you see below the 101E, we do have an aluminum coned subwoofer. So we're able to get a better match of the tonal characteristics and timbre between the subwoofer and the woofer. So they really come across as seamless in the bass response. The reason we use magnesium and aluminum, we've found, has the best weight to power output and tonal quality ratio from our years of experimenting with it. And then actually those copper strands that you see, they are to give even more rigidity, because when you do have a 100 hertz note, the woofer will move, and we need to have that snap back into place as quickly as possible so that they match even more perfectly with the subwoofer frequencies.
What do you think about the current trend of listening to the high-quality digital music?
Well, I think the improvements are just incredible, especially in the last 5 years with regards to the DACs that are made available. The technology and digital to analog conversion is just becoming so superior now that you really are getting just an amazing musical experience with digital. And the beauty of it is any song you want to listen to within a matter of seconds, you can reach it through whether you have it on your server. So yeah, I think the digital music is a great thing for the industry. That's probably why it has also attracted a lot of new passionate for high-end hi-fi, is the fact that it's a little bit easier to work with. The traditional audiophile, he likes the reel-to-reel tape, which is a lot of work to put together. He likes vinyl. There again, you've got to clean those records. You have to find the right pressings. Digital music does make things a bit more simple, shall we say. But the sound quality today is really, really getting equal to what you can get with high-quality analog.
What are the highlights of the new product network player C41?
Well, what we have done is we've taken the experience that we've had for the last 35 years of making digital to analog converters, because we started making, Jürgen Reis, our chief engineer, is highly regarded in a digital domain. The beauty of it is the DAC and the fact that you can stream and use it as a preamplifier. So we have 4 digital inputs you can use it with, and the conversion and volume adjustment takes place right at that stage between the digital conversion to analog. So there's absolutely no loss whatsoever. So it's bit true, which is something that you can really notice. And there again, that's what's helping you to get to that quality that you would have with reel-to-reel or vinyl that everybody raves about with high-end as the analog sources. We're able to get that with the C41. It looks nice as well, and you have access to 30-40 million songs at the tip of your finger.
MBL is also well known in the high-end world for developing complete system solutions. MBL sources have CD transport and network players, but they seem to lack a turntable. So are there any plans for a turntable with a phono preamp?
Right. Well, MBL is based on quality. MBL is based on research and development. MBL has a chief engineer that's been with the company for 42 years, has been chief engineer for 40. That means he was promoted within 2 years to chief engineer. He feels the future is the digital domain. So he's invested all of his energy into that. And for that reason, because it takes so much time to release a new product, and it isn't our specialization. There's a lot of very, very good turntable manufacturers. For us to release something that is unique when it comes to a turntable would be very, very difficult. It would take all of his time and energy away from developing new digital to analog converters, new CD players, new amplifiers, new preamplifiers, because Jürgen Reis, believe it or not, develops every single one of our products. So it's true, we're one of those few companies that is able to make a complete system from the source to the amplification to the speakers, and knowing that it's the same set of ears, the same knowledge going to each of those products does deliver a very, very good quality product, and actually at a fairly competitive price. High-end audio today can get very, very expensive. We find it for the quality that you're getting from MBL very affordable, actually.
What are MBL and partner Huy Lan Anh development plans in the near future?
Well, we had some good discussions today. We're hoping just to basically keep communicating to the community of music lovers, the availability of a fantastic, unique product like an omnidirectional speaker. Maybe didn't emphasize that earlier, but the fact that we are sending the music 360 degrees around the room really does create a very unique listening experience, because you are creating a very fixed stage that doesn't move. So it doesn't matter where you're sitting, the stage is in front of you, just like when you go to a concert hall. The stage stays in front of you. Whether you're sitting on the left or on the right, you still hear the trumpets or the violins. Whereas conventional speakers make it so that if you sit a little bit closer to one speaker, you're only going to hear that speaker and you don't hear the other one as much. We want to just keep communicating that. Vietnam is a growing market. It's a newer market for us. So more traditional markets like Korea, Taiwan, Singapore, where we've worked for 30, 35 years, we're very established. We're very, very well known. When we come out with a new product, it gets ordered in quite large quantities because MBL is already very established in the market. So we think that we've got a great future together, and we're looking forward to just having more and more people in Vietnam experience our unique omnidirectional music listening experience.